So now it comes in a plastic, so you're going to remove your plastic, fold it, put it to the side. Then you're going to start to remove your green seal so that you could go ahead and start connecting your device. Good. Now, I'm going to take my barrel key. I'm going to remove my green seal, cut it off. I'm going to give it to my bipartisan. My bipartisan is going to confirm and put it inside the envelope. I'm going to take my barrel key, open up the back. 1 door, 2 door. Now the reason why it's connected already is because it takes about 20 to 25 minutes to boot up. So that's why I have to have it ready for you guys. Fair enough?
Fair.
So now, the BMD, since how many feet from the wall?
5.
5 feet. It's going to come with an extra extension cord because the black BMD cord is not going to be sufficient. You see that? So I'm going to connect my BMD cord into the BMD. I'm going to connect my cord into the extension cord. See that? I'm going to remove as much as I need. Top hole, bottom hole, swing it, connect it to the wall. I'm going to place my extension on this little hook right here. I'm going to take my black BMD cord and swing it over nice and neat. In this little storage bin is your black rug, like so. You're going to remove it and place it over the wires to the side. Where do I place this rug?
To the side.
Where? To the side of the BMD. Whatever side the wire, and the reason for that is for the person who has some form of disability, when they come to use and mark their ballot, they don't trip over the wire.
Right.
Now listen, this was developed and made for a person with some form of disability, but any of us can use it.
True.
Okay? Keep that in mind. All right. We're good. We're going to check some red seals, my bipartisan line. Everything's good. I'm going to close. Now, I'm having a problem with the keys today, so bear with me, okay? So far, so good. Now, I'm going to turn this around for training purposes, okay? But remember, this faces the public, okay? All right. Make sure this going. Turn this around for training purposes only. I'm turning this around. Okay. This back here. Okay. Now, this is the front. The flag will tell you that. The flag faces the wall, 5 feet. I'm going to cut my green seal, give it to my bipartisan. She's going to confirm, put it inside the envelope. I'm going to take my barrel key, open up my barrel. Take my barrel key, open up 1 door, 2 door, 3. Now, this is the BMD, the front of the BMD. There's going to be a red wire, a red seal, just confirm. Now, how you open up the BMD is real easy. In fact, how you open it is exactly how you close it at the end of the night. Now, I'm going to get rid of my keys because I just finished checking my seals. I'm going to put my key in here. I'm going to take my seals. My bipartisan I just checked. I'm going to take this and place it in this little pouch here. Now, come forward so that you can see how easy we open up the BMD. You ready?
Yep.
I like to say, pinch my ears. Tip my cap. Stretch my body out. With this hand to the side, I'm going to pull the screen. Because if I pull it to the front, I'm going to scrape my knuckles. All the way to the front. Rest my body. Pinch my ears back in. And lean back. And then just take my feet out. We just opened up the BMD. So what you do in the morning, so remember, once you open this up at 5 in the morning, it stays open all day. 9 o'clock comes, exactly what I did in the morning, I do the reverse at night. How to do it? Put the feet in. Push forward, pinch my ears. On the side. Done.
Your ears.
I don't know. I got them pretty big. Any questions?
We took the class and
They never show you. Okay. Now you know. So what you do in the morning, you do at night. Simple as that. This device is easy to maintain, easy to open and close. But remember, how many people are going to attend this? 2 people. Bipartisan. This is 5 feet away from the wall. Where does the rug go? On the side. How many feet the inspectors from the BMD? 5. That's right. 5. Hey, came out last month.
She
got
got
tired of
you.
losing my money. Any questions on the BMD? And by the way, if you forget, nervous, there's to the side, there's going to have open and close cards. One here, one here.
Okay, cool.
Any questions? Do you want to see how a ballot looks?
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to open this up.
Right. Open this.
No, there's no red. We only verify red. That's a great question. We only verify red.
Okay, cool.
We cut green and we verify red.
Yeah,
Good green, verify
Not
red.
cut red, you never cut the red.
Red is
Another
dead.
day, I think, yeah.
Now, I'm just going to go ahead and just assume that I'm a voter. Now, the reason why the voter was able to receive this is because when I went to the table, I gave my name. They found my name. And I was able to sign. And the bipartisan went ahead and gave me a ballot inside of privacy. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm your voter. Now, usually I would be facing this way, but for training purpose, I'm going to show you what the vote is going to do. Hey, Mike, do we have a stylist back there? No, I don't. Okay. All right, I'll do it myself. All right. So I am the voter. I am going to insert this, like I like to say, $1 in the vending machine. Right? Now remember, this is going to be the other way facing the wall.
Right now.
For the privacy, right?
For the privacy, that's right. Now, the reason why I like to show how the ballot looks is because if this is your position, in order for you to help the voter out, you have to at least know how it works, right? Give the voter advice. Now, while it's coming up, now there's a couple of, you see the little panel here? Now the panel is also in Braille. Now the panel, the voter, if they choose to, they can use this panel to maneuver their ballot, right? You have up to bring the ballot up, to bring the ballot down. You see these buttons? If you want to go back, I'm going to show you in a few. If you want to go back prior, then you hit, the vote is going to hit back to look at the choice prior to that. Forward, and to select. See that?
Right.
I'm going to show you these buttons in a few minutes. Now, it's giving me two options. You can't see that, right? It's okay, because if you hit zoom in, now it's going to zoom in.
Yes.
See that? English or Spanish. So we're going to go with English. It's going to give the voter, myself, instructions. You see that? You see the green blinking arrow? It's telling the voter to go next. Next. Now it's going to start to read the ballot.
Okay.
You see that? Now we're going to use, the ballot has certain character names, because we can't use candidates because that's actually a form of electioneering.
Right.
So we're using certain characters, okay? So bear with me. So governor is asking me, who do I like for the governor? So I'm going to go ahead and hit Stan Marsh. Yellow with the green check mark. Next.
Okay.
Comptroller, I'm going to go with Cleveland Brown. Yellow with the green check mark. Next. Attorney General, you know I got to go with Charles Bronson, because I saw a 9. Right? It's crazy, right? He's killing everybody. State Senator, you got to go with Fred Sanford. Great Senator. I'm going to hit next. Now this one, Member of Assembly. Now let's say if the voter does not like any of the candidates. So now I can do two things with this choice. I could either bypass it and leave it blank, because it's my ballot. I do what I want. Or I can do a write-in. Now last year and the year before, I did a write-in, right? So I didn't like any of the candidates. I tapped on write-in, and I chose my daughter. She did good in school. Okay. So I'm moving up.
Why
So
not?
maybe my assembly. So we got T, R, and U, right? Okay. Now my daughter is on my ballot. Choose whoever you want. People do it all the time, believe it or not. They just don't know who to choose, so they write you.
Okay.
Now, the only thing you can't do is overvote, which this is the reason why I like this device. For those who have maybe left their glasses home, they have some form of arthritis, or or maybe they can't read. And so this device can it reads the ballot to you, and I'm showing you in a few minutes with the headphones.
Okay.
Okay.
That's cool.
The person has the option to wear headphones and listen to the ballot, as opposed to trying to read. Okay. So I made my choice. Next. Now, this section is asking me for 5. So I'm going to choose the first 5. Willis Reed, Clyde Frazier, Bill Bradley. That's the last time they won, right? Monroe, and of course I got to go with my boy Will Chamberlain, right? Right here. That's my 5. Now look what happens if you try to overvote. He's not going to let you.
Okay.
That's why I like this device.
Right.
Okay? I'm going to hit OK. I got you. The blue blinking light at the bottom. I'm going to tap on it until I hit. Yeah, it's okay.
Ella dice que mueva un ratito por
Okay.
acá. Señora, que mueva un poquito más. Sí, un espacito. No tiene que irse para atrás.
Good. So I'm going to go hit next. Now it's asking me for another 5, right? Hakeem Olajuwon, Otis Thorpe, Vernon Maxwell, remember 92, 93. Back to back. Ken Smith, of course, he's from North Carolina, I'm a Tar Heel fan. And of course, Julius Erving. I'm going to hit the blue blinking light.
Sir.
Yes.
You told me Humpty Dumpty didn't get on the ballot?
No, he fell off the wall, that's why. So I'm going to hit the blue blinking light until I validate my entire ballot. See that?
Okay.
I'm going to hit next. It's going to give me a summary of what I have just done. See that? Blue blinking light. I'm going to review all my choices. Everything's good. Here we go. I'm going to mark my ballot. Now it's going to make, I know it's going to adjust the ballot and it's going to start to mark. Any questions on the business? Yes. I'm going to do it right here. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I like to mark my ballot. I'm going to show you right now. Yes, sir.
But you don't need, the person who's using that machine, you don't need help when you ask, right?
That's right. I'm going to go through that as well. Have a question?
Yes. It's super fun.
I'm going to get through that in about 2 minutes.
Fun, sir.
I got you. Take care of everybody today.
That's pretty.
All right. So the voter then waits for their ballot. Here we go. Now this is the reason why I like this device, because it marks it nice and neat.
Yeah, nice and clean.
Now the reason why a lot of people do not use this is because they're unaware of how it works. A lot of voters walk in and they get a little bit intimidated. But it's your responsibility as poll workers to say, hey, by the way, it's an easy device to use. And by the way, if you need help, the bipartisan will guide you. Just ask for help, and those 2 people at the BMD will help you. And if it's a language situation, then the interpreter will guide that person. Okay, yes.
Are you saying that you're not required to use they just mark their ballot?
If they want to mark their ballot, they can use it. It's a choice.
Okay.
It's a choice.
Okay, thank you.
That's right. All right. You guys can have a seat now, because I'm going to share.
Another
the
quick question. How many
headphones.
languages does this machine
2 languages,
Just
English and Spanish.
That's it?
That's right.
I can see some folks might be intimidated by having a reading machine on the device. Thank you, sir.
You got it. All right, I'm going to go through this. Now, if this is your position, if this is your responsibility at 5 in the morning, there's some accessories that you need to confirm. Now, before I go ahead and show you how to set this up and what it's for, this is only used upon request. You set this up now by yourself with your bipartisan. Okay? Now, the headphones. Now, who would use headphones? Like I said before, maybe the person cannot read. And so this is the opportunity for them to kind of hear their ballot. Now, how you connect this is real simple. It's audio, right? You need to listen to the ballot. So we're going to connect this onto what says audio. Now, it comes with, of course, as part of your supply, it comes with covers. Right? There's 10 covers on each side. Right? Alcohol pads. So whenever somebody requests these items, you have to wear gloves. It comes with a 10-pair gloves, right? And every time the voter finishes using any of the items, you need to obviously keep your gloves on, of course, until they're done. So that way, when they're done, you remove it, clean up, throw the covers away, and also you have to throw your gloves away. Okay? Now the person then is going to use the panel and the headset together, right? If they don't want to use the screen, then they go ahead and use the panel. Forward, back, volume, tempo, and also, again, in braille. The next accessory is called the rocket paddle. Looks like a video game, right? Again, you got to set this up accordingly. You got to set it up if the voter requests. You have to connect it to where it says access. Wear your gloves, of course. This is only if the voter wants to use it. It comes in braille. Now, if you just listen for a second, you hear that beep. Now, no is to scroll, so the voter then is going to hit no. Ballot is going to scroll, and when they find their candidate, they're going to hit yes to select. Okay? It also comes in with braille. Now, the person might not use this with their hands. They can use it with their elbows, their chin. I saw 2 years ago, actually, the only time I see it being done, the person laid it on the floor and she used her cane. That's the only time I've ever seen this being used.
So the voter already know what to do?
The voters,
At the time?
for the most part, they won't. They will tell you, I'm having a hard time with the screen. And then you would recommend these items. So, you know, we have a racket paddle, this is how it works. And you could actually remove it, put your gloves on, and show it to them. And show them this is what you do with it. And they go, you know what, I'm going to use that. Okay? Rocket paddle. It's in your book. It's in your book. I don't want nobody writing any of this. This is all in your book. You're just rewriting what the book has. That's all you're doing. Yes? Yes.
What is it, the police envelope?
Yes.
Is all that going to be checked off, that too, the headphones and...
All these accessories are going to be inside. It's going to be inside in a bag.
Right, and that's on the list?
No, it's not on the list. You just got to make sure that you have it. And also, there's going to be a laminated card with all the items you should have, where it says voter guide to BMD accessories. You just check them. Okay? And it comes in the BMD bag. Okay? All right, one more. You got to keep it moving. I don't want to spend too much time on this device. It's called the sip and puff. Now, the sip and puff, bring it over here, is for those who are paralyzed from the neck down. And obviously, the person who comes in and requests or needs this is going to have an assistant. Right? Now, the assistant, of course, is going to help them out. Now, we would have to put this together. Now, for the most part, 9 out of 10 people will have, obviously, their own, because that's how they got there. They sip to move, to stop. So they're going to probably want to use their own. However, we still need to know how to put it together. Okay? So now, I like to use certain references. I like to use metal on metal. See, you guys see back here? Metal on metal. Metal on metal. The other end, I like to connect it to access, where it says access. Am I wearing gloves?
Yes.
Absolutely. Take my sip and puff, lay it down. Am I doing this by myself?
No.
Am I bipartisan? Next step, I like to do plastic on plastic. So take the other end of the sip and puff, plastic on plastic. Matt, you see back there? Plastic on plastic. I'm going to insert it, give it a little twist, make sure that it's nice and tight. Lay it on top. The next item is the mouthpiece. Of course, the mouthpiece is going to be about 10 of these. It's going to be in its own plastic. You have to remove it. This is why we wear gloves. Right? And we're going to plastic on plastic again. Give it a little twist to make sure that it's nice and tight. This is the mouthpiece. And last but not least is the headset. Velcro on Velcro. Just like so. Velcro on Velcro. like so. You're gonna either, I wouldn't give it to the assistant, I'd rather just place it over the door and let the assistant, he or she's gonna pick it up and place it over the person's head, adjust the mouthpiece, and then the person is going to move the ballot, select. Now, they know what to do. That's how they got it. This is their lifeline. They move, they stop. Okay? Any questions on the sip and puff? Yes?
Why is the headphone?
I'm sorry?
The headphone, what's the headphone? I heard the headphone be different. You have two headphones?
No, I only have one headphone. I did that the first. That was my first example. The headphone is used if the person is either hard of hearing, right? I'm sorry, not hard of hearing. The person cannot read, right? Or the person maybe left their glasses, so they use it in combination, the screen plus the headphones. Okay?
He's talking about that.
No, yeah, I explained that the headphones, I explained it about 2 minutes ago.
The headphone, I understand.
This is just simply to be placed over the person that's,
Oh, it's not a headphone.
it's not headphones, it's just for them to move their ballot up and down. Any questions on the BMD? Now, stay with me. No, stay with me, guys. Now, is the BMD a voting device? No. It's a marking device. How many feet from the wall? 5 feet. Where do we put the rug? Where do we get the accessories from? BMD. That's right, inside a BMD card. Any more questions on the BMD? Simple, right? So how we open it is exactly how we close it. Can I close it down? Might as well, right? We already know what to do. We know that this space is 5 feet from the wall. The bipartisans are 5 feet from the BMD. And if the voter requests help, 2 people. The only person that can help that voter by themselves in every step is the interpreter. That's the only person. Any questions? Can I close it? Okay. So let's go ahead with my bipartisan. I'm trying to hide. You want to get paid? That'll help. It's 9 o'clock. The coordinator just said close. So we're going to go ahead and remove our keys, of course. We're going to take all our stuff out. Envelope. I got my 2 reds ready to close. I'm going to, exactly how I open it at 5 in the morning, I'm going to close it. I'm going to take my feet up, put it in. I'm going to push my screen forward, pinch my ears in. Stretch my body out from the side, I'm going to push the screen all the way down. Rest my body, tip my cap, pinch my ears. Good? 1 door, 2 door, 3. I'm going to close it with my barrel key. I'm going to take the red seal that belongs in the front door, right? Take the number and match them up with my seals report. I'm going to put the red seal. So far, so good. Any questions on the front? We already closed the front. All right. So I'm going to turn this around. Now, remember, this is exactly how it should look at 5 in the morning. Just like this. I'm going to take my barrel key, open up the back door, 1 door, 2 door. Now, I'm not going to put the wire away because we have another class at 3. But I'm going to go through it, okay? I'm going to take my extension cord and remove it. I'm going to take my BMD cord and unplug it. I'm going to unplug my extension cord and wrap it up with this little gadget here. See this little handle? I'm going to roll it all the way up. Put my extension cord back on my hook. Take my black BMD cord, nice and neat, swing it inside. Make sure that all my accessories are in there. Make sure that whatever you use, especially gloves and the mouthpiece, are all in the garbage. Okay? I'm going to take my rug, roll it, turn it, fold it, and place it back into the storage. Fair enough? Yeah. I'm going to close 1 door, 2 doors. barrel key closed. I'm going to take my red seal, the plastic that you found in the morning over it, put it right back on. Put the plastic back on. Take your keys, put it inside your envelope. Inside your envelope is your keys, the 2 green seals from the morning, your skills report, and your emergency number. You're going to close up your envelope. You're going to take the BMD and push it towards the wall. And wait for the coordinator to give you instructions. Now the coordinator might say to you, Vanessa, I need you at the table, can you help them out? Sam, I need you to help out at the scanner. Or the coordinator is just going to say, just hang out. Wait until everybody's done. You might want to, if you're the BMD inspector, you might want to help with the sign. Right? Because we work together, and we get out of there quickly. Now I got to tell you this much, and you're going to hear me say this a few times. I'd rather get out at 11 and get it right than get out at 10:30 and get it wrong. Simple as that. And by the way, if you're done, that doesn't mean you leave because you have to wait for everybody there. Am I right? Yeah. Any questions on the BMD? Simple, right? Okay, thanks. All right, one down. Let's go to page 33. Page 33. Page 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. Talk about the opening of the scanners. Who said that? Hey, the scanners. Do we have? I need extra extension cord. Now, me personally, scanning, it's actually simple. The reason why it becomes complicated is because 1, people don't want to do it. 2, as soon as they look at it, they go, oh, I don't want to deal with scanning. There's too many steps. In fact, this is easy. Because if you follow the steps, the reason why it becomes complicated is if people want to go from step 1 to step 3 and 5, they want to open it up their own way. And what happens is it all gets confused. I'm telling you, if you do it step by step, remember, you have an hour to do it. Because if you get that 5, you have more sufficient time to open up the scan. Now, while I'm trying to get my extra extension, I might use it.
Thank you, madam.
Everybody's on page 33? Okay. Okay. Now, I'm not going to go step 1, step 2, open up. I'm not doing that.
I don't want to miss this.
So I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to do it step by step. For the new people, I want you guys to get up and maybe have a, you can stand right here while I'm doing it. Because actually it's not that long. Alright, so if you want to just kind of swing right here, hang out right here, and maybe hang out right there. Now, if you've done this before, thank you for having the patience. I just want to make sure that the ones that are up here get the opportunity to see it for themselves. Just step back, just I like to swing around. That's good. Perfect. Perfect. Now, page 33. You good? How you doing, sir? Good to see you. All right. So now, this is another position. This is a position that the coordinator has to determine who to give it to, just like the BMD. That's why I did the BMD first, because it was simple. However, it's considered a position But for the